We're in Marion County now. A Salem school is the first in the U.S. to adopt an international program against bullying. KATU's Bob Heye learned what this school means when it talks about zero.
You can't see it in the crowded halls inside Salem's Leslie Middle School, but talk with students like I did, and you realize bullying happens here too.
It was always targeting this one kid, and I finally just got tired of it, and I told the kids that were throwing it at the kid to stop, and since I'm a little taller or bigger than the kids, they listened.
One of the changes here in this school that we didn't have to deal with growing up is social media. It changes the game big time. One comment or post spread at the speed of a teenager texting could have disastrous results.
We're seeing some more of the effects of it that we didn't always see before that are getting a lot of notoriety in the news.
That's why Leslie Middle's principal decided to stay ahead of bullying.
Certainly bullying is an issue that we face in our society. You see it all over the place, and our students are really pretty much inundated with lots of influences, not all of them positive.
So, at a school assembly this afternoon, Leslie Middle School became the first school in the U.S. to kick off a program called Zero, as in zero tolerance.
Starting with the head of government on down into the school districts, they've actually impressed upon their universities the need to develop programs specifically addressed at working with these kinds of situations.
The program can be customized. At Leslie, students called peer helpers wear purple t-shirts someone another student can go to for help.
It's more helpful for students to be talking to students about situations like helping them out, because they'll really take it in.
A strong message that bullying has no place here. In Salem, Bob Heye, KATU News.
The Zero program was developed in Norway after several bullying issues, and a law was passed promising threat-free education. Tomorrow is International Stand Up to Bullying Day, so KATU News is devoting time in every newscast to discuss how we can work together to put an end to it.
Bullying program developed in Norway is now part of the curriculum at a Salem middle school, the first school in the U.S. to adopt that particular program. As
KATU's Bob Heye reports, it's an approach designed to get adults and students lined up against bullying anywhere.
An afternoon assembly at Salem's Leslie Middle School is the final step in adopting an anti-bullying program called Zero, developed in Norway, a country with laws that now guarantee students the right to a threat-free education. Leslie Middle School's counselor happened to know someone who worked for a Beaverton-based education company that was applying the Zero anti-bullying program to schools in South America.
Bullying, cyberbullying, and harassment.
Counselor Pete Teller says it's a different approach than most U.S. schools have taken so far.
But we're still all trying to develop individual, unique programs based on our localities and our locations. And I found that the Norway plan was as universal and as readily adaptable as anything I'd seen.
One adaptation, students in purple t-shirts called peer helpers, who students can connect with.
I feel like it's going to help people be more aware of like the bullying, not necessarily like the big bullying, like the fights, but more of like what teasing can do and what everything else can do.
It may also turn out to be a lesson in what a school can do to cut down the threat of bullying for every student. In Salem, Bob Heye, KATU News.
KATU and Family Matters takes bullying very seriously. It was the subject of a Family Matters special last year, and the story and resources to stop bullying are available on our website. To see the special and read more about how to prevent bullying, click on the Family Matters section at KATU.com. A Salem school is the first in the nation to adopt a unique international anti-bullying program. Staff and students at Leslie Middle School gathered for an assembly this afternoon to formally adopt the Zero anti-bullying program. It was developed in Norway. It's now in more than 400 schools across Europe and South America. It has a central core of guidelines, but it's also flexible enough to allow Leslie Middle School students wearing purple t-shirts to act as what they are called peer helpers, who other students can go to for help and guidance.
I feel like it's going to help people be more aware of like the bullying, not necessarily like the big bullying, like the fights, but more of like what teasing can do and what everything else can do.
Certainly bullying is an issue that we face in our society. You see it all over the place, and our students are really pretty much inundated with lots of influences, not all of them positive.
A counselor at Leslie Middle School knew somebody at a Beaverton-based education consulting firm helping schools in Chile with the program and worked to bring it to his school. Getting the program up and running cost $1,900, but the school didn't use taxpayer money. Instead, they gathered donations and held fundraisers to help pay for the program. Tomorrow, by the way, is International Stand Up to Bullying Day, so KATU News is devoting time in every newscast to discuss how we can work together to put an end to it. Our special Stand Up to Bullying coverage begins tomorrow on KATU News This Morning.
We have a